Hello everyone, this video will cover Module 7. So Module 7 is sort of an in-between module. We have finished 2 major writing assignments, 2 paragraphs, and now we are going to move on to essay writing. But before we do that, we're kind of going back to some of the basic outcomes for the class. This class combines the writing outcomes and the reading outcomes that are necessary for our developmental English classes. And so we're going back to the reading outcomes for this module, and you'll see that we do this actually more than once this semester, just to kind of break things up a little bit, and so that you don't feel like you're spending all of your time writing these major assignments. So this module will feel just a little bit different. We're doing a couple of new things here. So the first thing that you're going to do is read through chapter 42 out of your Evergreen book. Has some strategies for reading, just kind of in general, and specifically focusing on the reading strategies that will help you most as a writer. And so there's a section on active reading, talks about annotating works and that kind of thing. And so really useful information, not just for this class, but for classes that you'll be taking beyond this class. And so kind of what's expected at the academic level when you are assigned something to read in one of your classes. And then I've got a video here for you. What you're going to do with this is 2 things. The first thing you're going to do is take a quiz. Launch that. You can take a quiz. This quiz is a little bit more information than, so you took a fundamental reading quiz earlier in the semester. This is academic reading strategies. And so the content is just a little bit more specific, and it obviously comes from the chapter that you read out of Evergreen. So then I also have linked in here this college level reading support, which is our reading textbook, which is something that you can also refer back to in order to help you out with these assignments. So the next thing that you're going to do, so after you take the quiz, you're going to complete this discussion board. So we're going to do 2 discussion boards kind of like this, and they're in the class for 2 reasons. The first one being to meet the requirements needed for our outcome, our reading outcome. And then the second, because we don't have a lot of assignments that are collaborative. And so this is just allowing another kind of discussion board type assignment that is something that appeals to some students, not all, but that just gives you a different type of assignment to complete. So the strategy here is, or the assignment here is asking you to pick one of the readings out of the Evergreen book. So if you'll notice in chapter 43, it says reading selections. And if you actually just click on the chapter 43 title there, 604, it gives you this list of links to the different articles that are in there. So what you're going to do is choose one of these articles and click on the title, and it will take you to that section of the book. And so maybe there we go. And so this is, you can see it looks kind of weird on the page because they've got the paragraphs numbered, but at the top it'll tell you who the author is and what the title is. And then, of course, since these are all works that were previously published somewhere else, it will probably give you some information about where it was published originally. And then this is the article itself. And so the information that you'll need in order to complete it, this one has an image with it, and then this is the rest of the article down to the bottom. So that's the reading that you'll do. Once you are finished reading through your chosen article, you're going to go on the discussion board and you're going to put your article in the discussion board. Now, the one thing to remember is that only one student can use one article at a time. So if you really want to use a specific article, I would recommend creating your post immediately and then going back in and editing it so that no one can choose, so no one can steal yours. So what was that? Driving, I can't remember the title. Driving While Stupid. I love Dave Barry. Driving While Stupid. And then the page number that it was on. I'm not sure if the ebook will tell you. Yeah, it says 618. as the page that we're on. So what I can do is post this, and then when I'm ready to actually complete my analysis, then I can click on these three dots and then do the rest of my post. So what you're going to do for the post itself is on 601 in the Evergreen book is where you'll see the two strategies, but I also have Word documents that are uploaded in here, just because sometimes it's helpful if you have, you know, something that you can download and read or something like that in order to see it a little bit better. So we got two reading strategies. The SQ3R stands for survey, question, read, recite, and review. And then the REAP method, which stands for read, encode, annotate, and ponder. It doesn't really matter which one you do. Obviously, one has one extra step in it, which is fine. But what you're going to do is answer the questions and involved in looking at that particular reading assignment. So if you're doing the REAP method, then you would read and then encode and annotate and then ponder, so reflecting on. The reading part, you would have to sit down and just kind of write out what you read. So I've got some sample posts here because some of it are more actions than actually response. And so I went ahead and put together a sample of what you can do, particularly for the annotate part. So the annotate part is where you'll write out notes or comments. Now, because you have access to the ebook, it's pretty easy to do that. With the annotations button, let me see. Okay, so what you'll do to annotate is you'll highlight something that you want to make notes on, and then you can also create a note and you can comment on it, and it will stay within. You'll see your little annotated comments. And then once you go back up here, you'll be able to click on this, and then you'll see all the annotations that you have made. So what I've done is this sample kind of shows you what it looks like. Yours may show up differently on the screen, but basically those annotations will pop up on the side, and you can take a screenshot of what it looks like in order to post it on the discussion board. Since we don't have access to your version of your textbook, we'll be able to see it through a screenshot. So you take screenshots of what you did for your annotation, and then you can post them into the discussion board. Remember, when you're posting on a discussion board and you want to add a photo, instead of just uploading the photo file, if you go here to the image and upload images and then browse your computer, it will actually post it in the response box instead of uploading it as a file. So just kind of keep that in mind. You can do that. So those are and then you'll respond to your peers with some questions that you might ask about their work and that kind of thing. And so you'll be looking back at, you get to choose two of your peers to read their articles that they chose and then respond to them. The last thing in the module is to do another quiz about grammar, and this is a sentence error quiz. And so we've got the chapter in here as well as the grammar review, and then I wrote some videos for you as well. So the reader response discussion board is really the part that's probably going to take you the longest, and that is really just because you need to do multiple posts, and that you want to make sure that you spend some time sitting down with your text and really thinking about what's going on in it and using those strategies for reading to your advantage. So hopefully you're doing well. If you have any questions at all, feel free to send me an email. And if you sat through this entire video, thank you so much for watching my videos. You can send me an email to let me know that you did, and I will add 5 points extra credit to your Module 7 work. Have a great week.